Well, it's October, so we're going to start out this month with a Halloween bowl. I'll be using a big chunk of cherry, a little piece of padauk, and some resin. Una72 left a comment on my spiderweb bowl. So happy birthday, Una. I hope you enjoy this video, and the same to all of you other Halloween babies out there. This is a pretty little piece of padauk that I thought would work well because of the grain pattern to the project I have in mind. And this is a real nice solid chunk of cherry. It's looking pretty weathered, so it's seen some time outside, but it's still in really good shape, nice and solid. And here I'm just using a hand planer because it was cupped a little bit, low center, in other words. So I was taking those down so I could more easily run my router and get an even depth on the wood. And I found something pretty interesting. This grain pattern on a Halloween bowl. Pretty crazy. So once again, I've just accidentally bumped into grain pattern inside a chunk of wood that has inspired me to take this bowl to the next level. Stick around in the video. Somewhere between 8 and 9 minutes, I'm going to do something different. Completely inspired by the grain pattern in this wood. I hope you enjoy it. It's the details that matter. And here, obviously, I'm just pouring in the resin. It's just a 2-part resin. Some powdered dye along with a little bit of glow powder. And once I've got all the resin in there, it'll dry for a 24-hour period before I work on it again. While we wait for the resin to dry, I'm going to show you some photos that people have sent me of their woodworking. Please pause the video as the pictures go by. Really impressive stuff. Check out the French River Springs YouTube channel to see this being built. And David Payne does some amazing work. These bowls are beautiful. Rolf Burns on RB Wood Design on Instagram made that wine set. Just gorgeous, gorgeous work. Thanks for sending those. I really appreciate it. I hope everybody enjoys it. And now that all the prep work is done, it's time to finally get turning on this bowl. On hallowed ground grew a tree. It stood countless years for all to see. Now old and withered, full of blight, a man cut down the haunting sight. To the ground the tall tree crashed, and just below the spirits thrashed. For when the tree came smashing down, the ghosts awoke, and all did frown. That night when the ground no longer shook, one wisp of fog with eyes did look at the tree which gave him shade from the sun whilst he laid. Now he knew he couldn't rest, so that wood he did infest. Through a knothole he settled in, this wood he claimed and did live in. Until a man cut up the wood, and took to his shop what he could. With pen and saw and handheld plane, He found growth rings that looked insane. 2 eyes, a face, and a head of flame. If the man ran away, none would blame. But he knew the spirit was not content in this wood just paying rent. He gave the spirit wood some thought, and then he knew what was sought. He gave it eyes that look around, and in its mouth sharp teeth are found. With wood and resin he did his best, and gave the ghost a place to rest. A pumpkin's face floating in fog, the spirit found peace within the log. A Ghost in the Wood, written by Humphrey. Thanks to all my subscribers. My channel's growing. You're making it happen. I really appreciate it. I'm going to keep doing my part, putting up quality content and doing my best to take things to the next level. So why not subscribe? If you haven't already, just hit that button. Click the bell so you get notified. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. Semper Fi.